Welcome back to Geekshow Arcade. Yeah.
Hey, we're back, and Owen's better than ever.
I'm here.
Chris.
What about Lando? Is Lando better than ever?
No, I sounded so bad during the last episode. I apologize for the Geek Show help desk people.
But we fixed it. It's all good.
Think it was
because we know how to troubleshoot.
You got to learn
I
all
think
about
Lando
it in
did
the
it.
between.
I'm pretty sure Lando did it. So blame him. Send him hateful emails, etc.
He already gets those. He doesn't need any more.
Oh, you're right.
He's got a heart. What are you talking about?
Everyone be nice to Lando.
Are you a beloved boss now?
Yeah.
Are you a beloved director? Do they like you? Does your team like you?
They do, actually.
Is it because you came from the trenches?
Yeah.
They know where you came from?
No, my team didn't know much of me. So here's the thing. Okay, story time.
Why does Lando sound so bad?
Here's the story of, the two Landos. Past Lando, complete dill hole. Especially with the current team I
talking about
direct.
moments ago? Or?
No, like years ago. I'm a much different person now. I'm much nicer, much easier to work with.
Good.
Oh, is that the end of the story?
That's the end of the story, yeah.
Okay.
The moral is people can change and get better.
I like that. That's good. That's a good moral.
I
think
thought so.
We should all strive to be better. He's Lando. He strives to be better.
I do strive to be better, and I want to go on record saying that I did have a story for this show, but Jaron stole it in the help desk.
In retrospect, that really was an arcade story.
I told you. You broke him. You have broken Lando, and we'll see when he manages to reboot his brain after that. Moving on to Owen. It's Owen.
Oh, it's me back again. You can find me here. You can find me in the Geek Show help desk, and you can never find me on X, but I am there, lurking as usual.
Creepy. All right. And we got Jaron over here.
Hey, this is Jaron. You can find me on Twitter at Jaron. And we got host Tony. His name's Tony.
Me. I'm the host. Well, I better fix that. There we go. Turn that keyboard sound off from Lando. All right. Check me out on Twitter at QuadTTony or on other Geek Show podcasts. That is all. This is Geek Show Arcade, in case you didn't know. We talk about video games. That's it. Let's first, though, do we have any emails for
Yes,
Geek Show
we do.
Arcade? Okay.
Yeah, we do.
Let's go.
Got an email from Joey. He says, Hey, Arcadians and panel. I wanted to talk about live service games.
Oh, the salvation or bane of your existence, depending on what kind of games you like.
The conversation is usually negative, but lately, with games like Helldivers 2 taking live service in a whole new direction, I wanted to hear thoughts, having a game master, treating the service as a collective objective, and how this community has grown is all moves in the right direction, in my opinion. So asking you all now, what do you like, and what do you want to see in future for these types of games?
Tony,
Always
have you
waiting
jumped
for our side to turn more fi, Joey.
Have you jumped into Helldivers, Tony?
I bought it. I did buy it.
I did too.
played.
I haven't. It's too epic for me right now. I'm
We-
still trying to get through Baldur's Gate, but still.
Well, we should play some Helldivers too.
Yeah, it seems like it's better in a group of people you know.
Oh, for sure. I'm sure it
So-
is. Yeah. So yeah, we'll get some of that on the books and be able to talk about it.
I like the game master idea that they're doing.
That is cool. It feels like it's more of a living world. With
Yeah,
the Game
like
Master.
like he's saying, hey, this sector, you better go here, stop these robots.
Robots.
So
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
what started to get tired to me was like the looter shooter type stuff with Suicide Squad, Destiny, and all of those types of games.
Well, and the interesting thing, see, I will never tire of looter shooters, Borderlands forever. But the problem with Destiny is there wasn't enough good loot. That's one of the things that makes Borderlands so good. Is
Borderlands broke me, man. I am a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
The
I
loot, spend most of my time just running back to the vending machine.
There's so much like random loot and variations on guns and stuff that it makes the chase a lot more fun for the loot.
Right.
And Diablo's the same way. There's
Well,
a lot
at least
of
with
interesting loot.
Borderlands, though, there's like a beginning and an end, whereas with Destiny, it feels like it's supposed to go on forever.
I don't think the problem with the loot was a problem with Destiny, but the biggest problem with Destiny, in my opinion, is the absolutely incoherent storytelling in that game. None of it makes cohesive sense, really, except for like here's a new bad guy, like. But there never felt like a really interesting through line that was easy to follow. But that's a whole other topic. Yeah, the biggest problem I think that games as a service stuff has is when it's just obvious that they're milking the consumer. And that's one of the things that Helldivers has done so well is it's affordable. I think full price on the game is like $40.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's any microtransactions either.
No. And it's really what you put into it. Like the game is really fun. They're already and they are trying to keep it clean. Like the griefers. They're asking the community how, like, okay, here's what's happening right now. They have a squad, and if you come into a squad and you're inexperienced and they pair you randomly, the squad leader can just boot you. Like, you're not good enough for our team. Goodbye. And they don't like that because it's exclusionary, right? Like it ruins the feel of it for random pairings if you don't have a squad that you're coming in with and you're just a solo diver and they want to put you on a squad, they can boot you. And so they're asking the community, how should we deal with this? Mm-hmm. And so I like that they're involving the community in it. I like that the community is engaging in the role playing, right? Like, if everybody's just like, well, I just need to level up my stats or get this money or whatever, it's not as fun. But when you have a game master like that, it's the first time I've had a live service game like this ever pique my interest at all. Like, yeah, having somebody be like, hey, I've like role playing and saying, hey, we've received intelligence. This is where the next bug attack is. It's cool. And have the community be like, let's go. Yeah, because it's hard to sometimes pull a community off of like, oh, it's really lucrative over here and you can level up your gear or whatever. And so it's been really fun to watch that. And I haven't jumped in yet, but I'm super interested to do it.
Well, and it turns out Helldivers 2 does have, I looked it up and I was wrong, it does have microtransactions, but they are cosmetic only.
Cosmetic, yeah.
And they're priced, in line with what you would expect. They're not trying to gouge you, $10 for horse armor.
I think gamers collectively have decided microtransactions for cosmetics is okay.
I think so too.
I'm okay with that.
As long as it's not egregious. Like there's in Halo, for example, and there was an uproar for this one. In Halo Infinite, I think it was, you could get the original like Mark IV Master Chief armor, but it was like $20 for one suit of armor, and that feels egregious.
It does. $5 max.
I think 10 is the max. I think five or $7.50 would have been. Nobody would have made a peep about it. Yeah. In fact, they probably would have been like, "This is awesome, guys! I can play with Master Chief's armor for $7.50. Heck yeah!" But $20 is just it's unreasonable.
Yeah.
For me, live service games, they can be cool. What I dislike when companies like Warner Brothers Games, they decided that's all they want to do. Despite the success of Harry Potter or Hogwarts Legacy, they're like, oh, we got to do live service games and only live service games. And then Suicide Squad comes out and it's a disaster. Because that's the problem with live service games. It's either sink or swim. There's really, you have to keep it maintained, and that's money. And if it's not doing well, of course they're going to stop maintaining it, and there goes the game.
And Helldivers is unique. It kind of went viral on social media first, and then really took off in popularity. Like there was some funny stuff. There were some people doing some really funny stuff in the game, and throwing that on social media. Yeah. And then that prompted the servers to just go bananas. And now it's really fun because the community's huge. Right now, one of the coolest things, there's somebody running around pretending to be Joel, the dev, and he'll come into your squad, and somehow he's dropping unreleased vehicles from the source code. Vehicles aren't really a thing yet. They're still working on it, Helldivers. But he'll drop an unreleased vehicle into your squad and be like, anyway, here you go. I got to go back to work now. And he's like pretending to be Joel, the dev. He's not. They've confirmed it's not, but it's just... It's pretty crazy.
That would really tick me off if I was a dev.
Yeah, you know,
I'd be like,
it's like, hey,
no,
that guy's
that's not ready
masquerading.
yet. We're not
Yeah.
ready to show that off.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I know that they've been getting vehicles ready, so I don't know if this is something they're letting out or how he got this code, but he's
And that's the
dropping
thing
in.
with the game master like this, and the way that this tongue-in-cheek, aspect of Helldivers 2 is, you don't know if that is a planned thing.
Right.
Like if they gave one of the devs the ability to do this and said, "Go pretend you're Joel to drop these,"
It's
which
full on
would be
game. It's like a
pretty
dungeon
awesome.
master, it's like it's really kind of like random that way.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that it boils down to this: if a games as a service is going to be good, it has to be a good game to begin with. It has to be something that's enjoyable and not overpriced. And then the second thing I would say that the games as a service has to be able to do, and this is the hardest part, I think, is provide semi-regular jumping on points for people that are new to it, that they won't feel overwhelmed getting on because they've missed the first year of it. Or if it's something that's been going for a couple of years, there's a lot of people that quit playing for a while and want to come back. And that was my biggest problem with Destiny 2, is I played it like crazy for a while and then I stopped. And then 2 or 3 expansions later, I'm like, I kind of want to go back to that, but I don't. What's going on now? They've changed so much, and where do I start? So,
And number 3, don't make a studio who is famous for a certain type of game. Don't make them start making a live service game, which really isn't their strength at all.
exactly.
Looking at you, Rocksteady.
Yeah.
Well, Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers, yeah.
Yeah, probably wasn't Rocksteady's fault that they got assigned to that.
Oh, no, yeah, definitely not.
So, well, there you go. Thanks for writing in. Hope that answered your question. I think it definitely provided some commentary for sure. So, good email. Any others?
Nope.
Okay, well, let's move along. The most important story of the week for sure, 100%, is Fallout TV is coming one day earlier.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Is it this week, right? It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah,
Tomorrow, baby.
As of this recording. So it was supposed to be originally it was supposed to be the 12th. And then a few months ago, they said, we're going to do it on the 11th. And then today they came out and said, or maybe it was yesterday. It was today.
And
They
not
said,
only that,
we're going to do it on the 10th.
It's coming all at once.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just one
Binge.
big drop.
Just tell you
No
this-
weekly release.
Tell you what's happening right now, okay? My tires outside are going flat. I don't know how. I'm getting sick, and I'll be home all day tomorrow. So that's just, I can tell that's literally happening right now. I'm going to binge watch this all
I think-
tomorrow.
Oh,
What is
I'm
it?
The
sorry. you're
trailers
getting
look so
sick.
good.
Yeah.
How many
Sick
is
of
it? 8
work.
episodes or 10 episodes? I can't remember what it said.
Not enough. It's not enough episodes.
Yeah, I mean, it just.
I'm a
looks
huge
rad.
fan of Walter Goggins.
Yes, 100%.
I'm a huge fan of that guy, and I am stoked to see him play the ghoul or whatever. Like
Yep.
and I've never played any of the Fallout games, so I'm going into this with
Oh, interesting.
zero expectation of that's different from the games. Like I've decided anytime that I have the opportunity to do that, I'm going to do that now. On Wheel of Time taught me that. Like I am better off watching the show that's been modified or whatever, and then going and reading the source material because it doesn't bother me.
This isn't based on an existing game, though.
It's
so
yeah,
you
it's
don't have
just
to worry
based
about
in the
that.
universe.
It's set in the universe.
So,
Either
but
way.
there's going to be lore things
Yeah.
from the games that are a consistent through line lore wise that if they
Yeah.
change, people are going to freak out about.
You're always
it
going
is-
to have the neckbeards.
Yeah.
I'm trying to avoid being a neckbeard by not engaging in the source material and just
You know
watching
what,
the
Owen?
I'm a
adaptation.
little bit jealous that you have that. You have that completely just like
It's going to be a great show.
lack
for me, no matter
of any understanding just to
what.
let
Like
it wash
the Last
over
of Us,
you.
Last of Us 2, same thing.
Yeah.
I'd never even touched the
Well,
game.
that one's
So-
the rare situation where it is as good or better than the game.
But, yeah.
The only thing that I like about the game better than the show is that I'm playing it.
Right.
Is that it's interactive.
That's fair.
But other than
But
that,
still, the trailers look so good.
I am super excited.
We've
for
got a
this.
season 2 of Last of Us, right?
Yeah,
coming?
it's in the works. And this also brings up another point that this article showed. The Fallout TV series has not been renewed yet for a second season, but it was found in I don't know where they found this, court documents or something. I don't know, but not court documents, but like anyway, the show has been offered a $25 million tax credit to relocate the filming from New York State to California for season 2.
Oh, wow.
So
That makes it easier.
yeah, that's pretty much a guarantee that there's going to be a season 2.
Who turns that down?
Who turns that down, A, and why would they bother even offering it to them if the company wasn't already going to do it?
I wonder what that ratio is. I wonder if what percentage of the show is 25 million? Like how much?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know what it's costing per
They're
episode.
like, oh, that makes us break even already. So everything after that's.
Oh no, it's
I'm
definitely
sure
not
it's
More than
break even.
that.
Yeah, I would bet. Well, I mean, we'll see tomorrow how the special effects and the sets and the practical effects and everything look. But
I bet between 80 to 100 million at least.
yeah, I was gonna say I'll bet it's a $10 million plus per episode.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the going rate for these super high end streaming extravaganza shows. Oh, I can't wait. Especially since it's coming from Lisa Joy and Jonathan Nolan, who did Westworld.
Yeah.
I mean, man.
Yep.
Like it feels the trailers. As soon as I saw the trailer, I was like, "This has a Westworld feel."
100%.
As far as the shot angles and the CGI, like the stuff,
Yeah,
like the special effects.
I loved Westworld. As a side note, somehow Jonathan Nolan is saying that he will have an ending for Westworld. He keeps teasing that.
Yeah,
saying he is
I saw
going to
that
have
too.
an ending, and I'm like, what does that even mean? It got canceled.
He's going to tweet it.
Live
like,
tweet
here's
the ending.
A Twitter thread,
Just
yep.
his
Just do a flip book comic.
Yeah.
Like
So, because Westworld, if you don't know, was canceled one season before season too early.
wrap up, right?
Oh,
had-
it's so sad.
They had a 5-year story planned, and it was canceled on the 4th season, which is such a shame because the 4th season was awesome.
Oh my gosh.
It was so good. All right. Anyway, yeah, very excited. We'll be talking about how Fallout the TV show is next week after
So
we've all-
April 10th. That's when it's dropping.
Yep.
Yep, that's like 2 days ago if you're listening to this podcast in real time.
Yeah, exactly. So
So
next
you may
on-
have already watched it.
Next on the list, yeah. Let us
Dear
know what
listener.
you think. Let us know what you think in the YouTube comments or in an email or something. Geekshowarcade@gmail.com. Things that are ending, though, is Battlefield 2042. Apparently, content production has finished on that game. There will be no more large content-related updates, no more seasons. It'll be ending with Season 7.
I'm surprised they supported it this long, honestly.
I have to say I am too. It was pretty much deemed a failure out the gate. There was a lot of problems with it, and it took a while to get back to get up to a good state. And then even then on Steam, it still has a mixed overall review. I think that's because a lot of people just never bother to go back and change their reviews that they put in from when it was bad, because it is actually a pretty fun game, and they've definitely turned a corner on it a long time ago, and it's been good for a while.
Similar story with Battlefront 2. It came out at a
Hey,
bad
what do you know?
state, and
DICE.
Yeah, DICE.
Same idea. So
Is this kind of the natural life cycle of these games? Like Halo Infinite did that too, right? Like they're kind of like new seasons, just smaller content.
Yeah, eventually
releases.
unless they're planning on supporting it forever, it's like World of Warcraft or something,
Right.
At some point it's going to end and they're going to move on to the next thing. And they have announced that they are moving on to the next thing. It is called Battlefield Connected Universe.
That doesn't sound promising.
That sounds like a big thing.
Sounds like a best of album.
It kind of does. Yeah.
Like,
So that is the next thing they're working on. It is officially leaving pre-production, according to EA, who owns DICE. And on the plus side about this, though, they did announce that Motive, the team that brought us the Dead Space remake, which was fantastic, aside from, a few technical issues with, what's that called? Loading stutters. but they're working on single-player stuff for the Battlefield name, which is what I think Battlefield has been missing for a while, is a good single-player campaign.
Oh, good.
So that could be really rad.
I never really was satisfied with the Battlefield 5 and Battlefield 1 single-player stuff.
I actually liked Battlefield 1 single-player stuff a lot more than I thought I would. Battlefield 5 didn't really do it for me too much, but if you go back and play Battlefield Bad Company, that was some good single-player stuff. And Bad Company 2, that was interesting and that was fun. And so I'm hoping that they try to do something more like that. But Motive is a great team to put on that because they did such a fantastic job with that Dead Space remake that hopefully they can bring that magic to the Battlefield universe. So there you go. More news on that as it unfolds over the next while, and we'll keep you updated. Speaking of games in development, we got some Star Wars Outlaws updates. A new story trailer today.
Story trailer and release date. The game's coming out on August 30th.
That's in like 4 months.
Yeah, that's not too
not
far
that far.
away. Yeah, and it's going to be a $70 game.
Oh,
Quadruple A.
What does that even mean?
Ubisoft
Is it based? Is it based on
keeps-
price? What are they basing
that's
that
what
off
it
of?
feels like. Ubisoft keeps throwing that phrase around after Black Sails. Is that what it was? No, not Black Sails. Pirate game. What's the one? Was it Black Sails? What was it
No,
called?
that's the TV show.
Oh, yeah. And I'm thinking of Assassin's Creed Black
Sea
Flag.
of Booty?
Black
no.
Flag.
What was
See,
it?
that's
Skull and
how-
Bones.
Skull and Bones. That's how successful that game's been.
Yeah.
We can't even remember the name of it. And they were like, oh, quadruple A game, blah, blah, blah.
What quantifies quadruple
I think that they just look at how much it's cost to develop it. And then
Yeah.
once they reach a certain
Bingo.
threshold, they're just like, quadruple A. This is
Quadruple A because we spent this much on it. We need
Uh-huh.
to do something to justify the cost we're going to charge
Yep.
you for it. So it's going to be a $70 game out the gate.
Yeah, and if you want the full version, like with all the future DLC, it's going to be like $130.
Oh
Woof.
my gosh.
Kind of nuts. But on the other hand,
Better launch perfectly then. Perfect.
yeah.
Good luck
But
with
on the other
that.
hand, Ubisoft games, they get discounted massively as time goes
Quickly,
on.
too.
Yep. So anyway, Star Wars Outlaws. It's going to be a open world Ubisoft Star Wars game, starring a scrappy scoundrel named Kay Vess. I didn't really like the trailer, honestly.
I don't get that because I saw it and I was like, this looks like a rad, boots on the ground, gritty Star Wars story.
Yeah. It feels like Disney Star Wars to me.
Disney
I
owns
get
Star
that. I
Wars,
feel
and
that.
they've been doing it for a while.
Yeah,
but it's
I mean,
Disney Star Wars. Like you feel that.
just go to a different era. Dang it! I'm so sick of everything
okay.
between the prequels and Episode 6 or shortly after Episode 6.
I'll
you
second
know?
that. Yep. Let's have some new story times.
And of course, there's Easter eggs in there. Jabba the Hutt, yeah,
Of course,
woo.
They love that. It's nostalgia. It's the
That's
nostalgia.
It. It's member berries.
Yep.
Yeah, so like I'm totally not interested in the story at all.
You're just mad at Jabba the Hutt because he froze Han Solo in carbonite, and you're such a Han Solo fan.
No, I'm mad what he did to Leia. Okay.
Oh yeah, that too.
Anyway, so the story's about the underworld of Star Wars. There's going to be a lot of different factions. The Hutts, Crimson Dawn, the Pikes, a bunch of other criminal organizations. And you're supposed to like infiltrate them and do things.
Like what?
I don't know. So anyway, the story seems meh to me, but it's Star Wars, so I'm required to like Star Wars no matter what it is. And I wasn't too impressed with the graphics, honestly. Like some bits looked really awesome, but like the animation of the characters looked really bad. The main character, she kind of looks like an alien. It's weird.
Maybe she isn't normal human, but
Maybe not.
Yeah, the interesting thing about the character movement and whatnot is it looked better in the reveal trailer than it did in this trailer.
Yeah.
You know, and that was a little weird. It makes you wonder, like, what's going on there. So
Yeah. So, I mean, probably not a huge deal over the grand scheme of things, but the trailer didn't do its job in making me more pumped about the game. It kind of turned me sour on it just slightly. So,
There you go. Neat. Whatever.
well, what did you guys think? Is my neck beard showing?
A little
Yes.
bit. Yeah, I think so.
100%.
I saw the trailer and I was like, yeah, this looks pretty rad. I'm in. I see your point about the slightly weird, like maybe animation a little bit or whatever, but I don't think that's something that we're probably going to need to worry about. They still have 4 months to iron that out.
Yeah, and there was like weird screen space reflection artifacts that were really obvious when supposedly it's doing ray tracing, but maybe it's not doing RT reflections. I don't know.
Yeah, you never know, especially with if they were showing console footage, you never know what level of ray tracing it has, if any at all. But I'm excited for it. I'm not going to buy it at $70. No, sir.
Yeah, I really want to
You're gonna wait for the
review it, but
$130.
$70.
You're gonna
Yeah.
come out for the. You're gonna wait for the 130. That's what I'm gonna do.
I'll wait for the 130 to come down to 50, and then I'll buy it.
The problem is it doesn't come out on Steam for like another year afterwards. Usually,
Is it
with
one of those
Ubisoft
epic
stuff.
Epic exclusives?
on.
Wow.
Epic and Ubisoft Connect.
Yeah.
Come on, Ravencoin. That's how I can afford this. You just gotta climb another 30 cents.
That's kind of lame that that it's not coming out. I mean, I don't know.
That's how Avatar was.
Yeah.
Why do
Disappointing.
they? What's the
Eh.
point? What's the deal with that? Do they do that to
Well, it's
drive console sales? They
No,
make
no, it's-
exclusives.
It's because Epic only takes a 12% cut. Steam takes a 30% cut.
I see.
So they
Yeah.
put it out on Epic to get as many people to buy it first and make more money per unit than putting it on Steam. And it's like, I get that. That's, that makes sense from a fiscal standpoint.
But
And
for a year, the magic's kind of gone after that. Like, the hype train's already pulled in the station.
They'll get holdouts.
Yeah,
There's
they'll get
always
holdout-
people
they'll get
waiting
holdouts for sure.
Steam.
But yeah, I don't know. I honestly didn't have I didn't care at all about Epic exclusivity until I got a Steam Deck.
I know it changes
Stupid
everything,
Steam Deck
doesn't it?
ruined that. Now I'm like, I want it on Steam.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see. August, is that what you said? Coming out in
August
August?
30th.
Okay, there you go.
And that's a pretty concrete release date. So I hope they don't go past that. We'll see.
I don't know. I feel like an August release date is easy for them to push it back to November. And then they can still make the holiday window. But
Right.
I like hedging
Yeah.
their bets a little bit. We might have it out by then, but if not, man, we'll have it out by Christmas. We'll see. Also, the Wii U is dead.
Yeah. Long live the Wii U.
They finally closed the marketplace.
They shut it down as of yesterday during the eclipse. Well, probably not
Coincidence?
during, but
I think not.
yeah, interesting stuff, huh? So online services are gone. You can't log into the Wii Shop anymore, download new stuff, or
So
buy
whatever
new
you
stuff.
have, you have. Whatever you have, right?
Yeah. Fortunately, though, the some nice hackers out there are doing Nintendo's work and are extending the online services. So they've had this SSL exploit for years, and they were waiting for this day.
Been sitting on it.
They've been sitting on it because they
that's awesome.
didn't want Nintendo to patch it.
Patch it.
Nice.
Oh,
That's amazing.
that's awesome.
All you have to do is change your DNS, and it will unlock the Wii U.
Wow.
I like that.
Yep, you
That's
don't
a-
need to
that's a-
unlock
that's
it.
a
You can be on
0-day.
you can be on stock firmware. It's pretty awesome.
It's a hero.
That is pretty cool.
that's
I have a
the
Wii
hero
U. I might
Gotham
do this.
Deserves the hero we deserve, but something
Yep,
we need.
nailed it, Owen. Nailed it.
Nailed
You
it.
have to be on firmware version 5.5.5. If you don't have that, you can install it manually. Just download it online and then load it on yourself.
Stick it.
Yep.
That's cool.
So yeah, it's cool.
All right. Well,
hackers
there you
for
go.
the hackers for the people. I appreciate that.
It's too
They're
bad
saying-
they don't have one for the DS too. 'cause
3DS, yeah.
The 3DS
How long
store
of this?
closed as well.
How long has this SSL exploit been known?
All they've said is we've been holding on to this exploit
Right.
for this day for quite some time.
That's crazy to keep a
Years, it
secret
sounds
that
like, I
long,
bet.
right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
ooh,
And they say
secrets.
not everything will work. The Pretendo network is what they're calling it.
The
Says
Pretendo.
third-party titles that use their own SSL libraries aren't
that.
compatible. That includes Watch Dogs, the YouTube app, and anything running an embedded browser like TV with 2 eyes, eShop, and the Miiverse applet.
So mostly like apps, not necessarily games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still, awesome. Awesome stuff.
Yep. And speaking of the Wii U and its death, this is you, Tony.
Huh? Oh, no, that's Lando's story.
Oh, Lando took it. This is you, Lando.
Wait, what? I have a story? We talked about this already. Oh, I actually haven't seen this.
You didn't see this? Oh, I thought
Uh-uh.
for sure you'd
We
see
learned
this.
that the Mario.
That's why I put it on your name, because I thought you saw it and then didn't put it
no,
on
if I
there
would've-
because I already had it.
This was that. So this is the Mario Maker level that people were trying to clear, right? We said it was
the
was the-
unbeatable.
right. It was tasks, right? It was
Yeah,
it was
'cause-
it was beat by computers
Yep.
with programmed inputs. But apparently, according to this article that appeared in my notes, hallelujah,
Ta-da!
it's a miracle. Humans actually beat it,
That's amazing. Like if
That
you
is
watch
amazing.
pretty insane.
if you
So-
watch the video,
Who was
it
it?
looks unreal.
Just some random. Their player name was Sanyx91 SMM2.
I mean, the level of
Nice.
compulsion you have to have
It was
Oh.
like
to run this.
It's only
many-
and it's only
What was it?
13
It was-
seconds long.
Yeah.
it was like 30 frame perfect inputs, like
Yeah,
insane amount of frame perfect inputs.
it's insanity to watch. So check out on the article there in the notes. There's a embedded YouTube video on there that shows the run, and you watch it and you're just like, that's inhuman. There's no way. But yeah,
There's actually, if you
this
go,
kid figured it out. This kid timed it all perfectly and was able to do it.
And if you watch the
Ghosts-
video, he is like speechless afterwards. He's
Oh, I'm
just
sure.
like muttering incoherently to himself.
go Google the level name, Trimming the Herbs, and there's breakdowns of like exactly what it takes to beat it, and like people explaining just how incredible this is. Because yeah, you look at it and you're like, oh yeah, this is cool, and like it's impressive for sure. But once you realize the amount of like precise inputs it takes
Yeah.
in a row,
right.
it's insane.
Forget about
There's
it.
got to be some luck there too, right? Like,
Oh, yeah.
like
Oh, I'm sure,
Like, I
yeah.
bet you he couldn't do that consistently.
No.
But that
It's
one
a-
run was
Yep.
just that's
Like
the one.
certain
the
bosses on
perfect run.
Elden Ring, I
Yeah.
somehow had a nice run against a particular boss. I'm like, there's no way I'm doing that again.
Well, speaking of Elden Ring, let's talk about games we're playing and wrap things up. I'll go first. I'm playing Elden Ring.
Woohoo!
Nice.
Do you
It's
love it?
about
Are you
damn
are
time.
you
I-
in love with it? Like
I
Jaron
hate it.
said you would be?
I hate it, but I'm still playing for some reason.
What do you mean you hate it?
So much about it bothers me.
Boo. Boo, you're drunk.
So much about it bothers me, but I just have this like desire to go play some more for some reason.
Stockholm Syndrome is in the process of setting in
That
right now.
might be what it is. That game has so much jank that it's just ridiculous. To get it running good on your PC, you have to load like 3 mods, and then it runs good. And the fact that that's a requirement just blows my mind that Jaren even considered playing this game
Right.
because of how
Such a
particular
stock-
he is with
Yeah, he's
stuff.
such a stock guy. Like if you don't doesn't run out of the box.
No, I'm not. I love modding things. I love tweaking.
Tweaking is different than modding. Modding is something you have to go
it's the
get that
same
was
thing.
not created by the original content creators.
You don't know, Owen.
But so I told Jaren that would be the next game I played after RoboCop Rogue City, and then I played Turok 3 Remake, and then now I'm playing Elden Ring. So I snuck another game in there. Which, by the way, the Turok 3 remaster, it's awesome. If you like Turok games at all, you need to go play this game. It was
No, we're talking about Elden Ring, Tony. Stop it.
it was
Stop
heavily
it.
heavily overlooked on the N64, but maybe rightfully so because boy, it ran like crap on the N64. It was bad. And that was right at the end of the N64's life when people started realizing like frame rates matter. And so anyway, but that's all fixed on the remaster version from Night Dive Studios. It's fantastic. Highly recommend. But yeah, Elden Ring. No, I don't have anything else to say about it other than I'm going to keep playing. So that's it. I'll report back another time on whether I'm still playing. We'll see.
Speaking of Night Dive remasters, I've been playing Dark Forces remaster.
Nice.
And it's a very well done game. I remember playing that when I was growing up, and you could only play on keyboard. Like everything was on keyboard.
Right.
Like
you could
not
look
mouse.
up and down. I think with the page
Just
up and
keyboard.
page down buttons.
Yeah.
It was
Which
really
doesn't
bad.
even make any sense. Like as from an ergonomic standpoint, it's like, why would you put that there?
Yeah. So anyway, with modern controls, it plays like a dream. I remember it being so hard towards the end of the game, and I never beat it just because it was just so dang hard. But like with modern controls, it feels good, it plays well, and the parts that were hard aren't so hard anymore.
Nice.
Yeah, but I mean, it's old style FPS where it's kind of like a maze, and you have to find key cards to go to back to a certain spot, and sometimes you have to find this tiny little door that opens, and I'm really enjoying it. I like it quite a bit. And then Turbo Overkill. This was in the Humble Bundle Boomer Shooter pack. I love Turbo Overkill. This has been my favorite boomer shooter I've ever played.
I've heard so many good things about that. I just haven't started it myself yet.
Yeah, like I generally like most boomer shooters, but I feel like this one's on a different level. And it's published by Apogee, which if you're a 90s PC
Love
gamer, you would really appreciate that. But I think it iterates on like the new Doom games, like on the feeling of that, with like up close combat mixed with just shooting things, you know? It's super fun. There's different mods you can get, and all the mods are interesting and they feel good. There's a good variety of weapons. The level design is fun. The graphics they're retro, but also kind of modern at the same time.
I love that style.
Yeah, very, very good game. I would recommend it to anyone. Turbo Overkill's awesome.
Is that Humble Bundle still available?
I think it is, yeah.
Let me see when it expires, because this Humble Bundle is just a fantastic value. Best of Boomer. 2 days left. It expires the day that this comes out.
That's too bad.
For $18 though, you got Ultra Kill, Turbo Overkill. Oh, let me tell you what the Steam reviews are on each one. Ultra Kill, 98% positive reviews. Turbo Overkill, 96% positive reviews. Forgive Me Father 2, 92% positive reviews. Deadlink, 91% positive reviews on Steam. Proteus, which I've played a fair share of, and it's great.
Proteus is pretty cool.
93% positive on Steam. And then Postal Brain Damaged Connoisseur Edition. I didn't even know they were still making Postal games. 96% on Steam still. And for fun, they threw in Quake 2.
Yeah. I sampled
$18.
I sampled them all, not expecting to play one of them seriously until I got through some other stuff. But above all, Turbo Overkill just stuck because I like it so much. Another game, Penny's Big Breakaway. This is a
You
platformer.
bought that?
I did. It was on sale.
Okay.
It's a platformer that recently came out. It's by Christian Whitehead, who did the Sonic Mania game that came out a couple years ago.
Yeah.
It's a super fun platformer. I've been enjoying it a lot. It runs great on all the handhelds. But you're this character who accidentally took off the clothes of the emperor, and so you're trying to break away from the penguin police. And
those penguins.
You use a yo-yo for all your movement and stuff. It sounds really bizarre, but the platforming is excellent. I highly recommend it.
The other thing that's really cool about that game is the custom engine that he made himself.
It runs like a dream.
Yeah. Really cool to see that still happening.
Yeah.
Lando, you been playing anything?
Just Balatro. Lots of Balatro.
Still with the card
I'm
game.
still
huh?
playing Balatro.
Okay.
It's so good.
Well, there you go. Owen.
I picked
Here we go.
I did it, Tony.
Here we go.
I picked Baldur's Gate back up.
Now we're
And
talking. Baldur's Gate 3 time.
I thought I'll just finish it. I'm just gonna run through and finish. You know what's happened, Tony? I'm getting
happening?
more quests. I'm still starting
It's so back
new
heavy.
quests.
Yeah.
Like that, I was like, I beat Cazador, I beat freaking Raphael, and then I'm like, what's this artist thing? Oh yeah, the guy was, and I've realized I gotta start a whole nother quest about zombies. And
that was short.
yeah, it was short, but I'm like, but now my completionist brain is going, how many more have I missed? And now I can't stop.
Don't even
my
worry
Google,
about it, man.
my Google newsfeed
It's
is
all
off
Baldur's.
the chain with it because I've been searching so much in Google
Yep.
for it. It has me, and it's like, don't forget this. Here's the coolest greaves you can get in the game. Don't forget this ultra power weapon. I'm like, I don't have that. Do you know what it's doing to me?
Okay, here's my question. What level are you? Your character.
Oh, they're done. They're 13.
Okay, so
now.
you've already maxed out. Just go
Yeah.
finish the game, man. Just go
But
confront
the stuff.
Nah.
The quests you get
Nah.
street cred for how many quests you complete at the
You're
end.
gonna play it again, aren't you?
No, dude, no. I can't do that to myself.
So
I
you can
want
just pick
to.
up those other quests later.
But I don't know about them. I don't know what I don't know. So that's Baldur's Gate. I'm working through that.
I'm proud of you
Okay.
for picking it up again.
Okay, I'm back on the wagon. It's fun. I really do
Back on the wagon.
like. I
That's so
do.
good.
I do like. The gameplay is still really fun and engaging. I'm to the point now where I basically can't be beat. You know, if I get beat, it's because I made
a
super
mistake.
critical errors, or what I want to do is not save and then run off to the next thing and be like completely out of spell slots and just completely exhausted, and then I'm like, oh, I used all my healing potions. I have 0 spell slots. Okay, we're gonna try this, and because of that, it takes the battle like 2 times longer.
Yep.
And then I lose anyway, and I'm like, oh. That's it. But the other thing that's happened is I picked back up Halo again.
Nice.
As kind of a Halo Infinite, as kind of like just a palate cleanser. I'll play 2 episodes right at the end of work, or two matches right at the end of work, and just kind of clear the palate, make it so I'm ready to go face my children, and
AKA the Covenant.
yeah, just seriously, I gotta get defensive, think strategic. But something happened. I got curious about the ranking system, you guys.
Oh no, Owen.
Do you know what the top level is?
Onyx.
Onyx.
Yeah.
Do you know what it takes to get there?
A lot.
A lot. Like, you gotta have no life to
Yep.
get there.
Don't do it,
But
Owen.
now I'm on my. Now I feel like I have to.
You got to do it for science.
Yeah,
I'm
I think
so
you have
far
to.
away. I'm so
Don't
far
listen
away.
to them, Owen.
I'm so far away,
You
Tony. You
have
don't even know.
a laptop to do that.
I know.
Oh.
And
You gotta do it.
I've played so many matches, and I'm like, yeah, this has got to be getting me far. Let me just tell you how insurmountable this number
2 days
is.
not gonna do it for you. You gotta do like
No.
20 a day.
I think this is people lifers. This has got to
Exactly.
be people
These are
that play
here's who
all
get-
day, every
here's
day.
Here's who get Onyx. Okay, people that don't have families to care for,
esports players. It's got to be.
and kids.
Yeah.
Kids who don't have any responsibilities.
I'm going to be
Those
the
are-
first
those are
dang
the
old
people that get to
responsible
Onyx.
adult. I'm going to be the first dang old responsible adult that gets it.
You
I
can
think
do
the
it,
kids-
Owen.
It's
game-
probably going to be like
the game
you
will
guys
probably shut down before you reach
exactly. That's my point. You remember when the last, I think it was Halo 3, shut down? Did you know there's an achievement for killing more than one person with a sniper rifle?
it. Yeah.
For like killing 3 or more people with a sniper rifle.
With
It's
with
an
one
achievement.
shot.
Yeah. And
Nice.
so that was what the gamers did with that game. They all decided to get on, and they let one guy, he's like, it's the final achievement.
Take turns.
Please help me get it. And he got the triple headshot or whatever. And I feel like that's where I'm going to be. I'm going to get Onyx the last day that Halo Infinite is still online. So I did that. And then the third one, Power World. I've been playing Power World.
Nice.
I don't know why, but it's just one of those, like, I started it. I guess now I'm going to go gather some wood and going to go build a house, and then I'm gonna go. I need stone now, so I'm gonna. Oh,
Guess
it's
I'm
like
gonna go get
Minecraft.
stone.
It's like Minecraft and Pokemon had a, and Ark Survival had a unholy baby, Trinity of Evil.
Throw in
And-
some of that Elden Ring jank too.
Yeah, oh for sure. I've had that game multiple times just turn off on me. It's like meh.
Yeesh.
So, but yeah, that's pretty good. I fell down the rabbit hole of breeding Pokemon in that game, trying to find the perfect stats for your 5 pals that you get to bring with you. So that has been. I had to set that down. It got to be a problem, but I have been playing it. So those are the 3 games I'm into.
That reminds me, I forgot that I started playing Deep Rock Galactic with my
Oh,
nephew.
another one. Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. I like
That's
that game.
actually
Jaren-
pretty fun.
Jaren
Once we
got me into
figured out
that game.
How to do it, yeah.
Yeah, Jaron got me into the game, and I never passed that sentence you just said. I never figured out how to do it. I just ended
Oh.
up going deep and dying or something. I don't even know. I didn't know how to read the map. I was confused all the time. I needed people to play with.
Yeah, luckily I have a young person to tell me how
Yeah,
to do it.
that Gen Alpha, right? You gotta-
Yeah. He's 12 and he's just like, okay, we got to go do this now. Okay.
Yeah.
Shoot these things. Okay. Back to the drill.
Is that weird?
All right.
Full circle. You're becoming Uncle Swink. You know, you're.
It's true.
Yeah.
And the funniest thing too is his name's Mason. He says, we need to get Uncle Kevin to play this with us too. That'd be cool. And I'm thinking like 3 generations playing
3 generations.
computer games together. That's pretty rad. So, yep. Well, there you go. Anything else to add, anybody?
Nope.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up. Thanks so much for downloading us and listening to the end. Big shout out to our Patreon backers, patreon.com/helpdeskarcade. If you want to donate a couple bucks and help keep the hosting fees and stuff paid up for us so we can do this fun chat every week for you guys. If you donate $6 a month or more, you get a shout out on the air, which Jaron has for us right now.
Thanks to David Broshinsky, Connor Keesaw, and Wiffleball Tony. Thank you.
Big
Jason
thanks.
Eatman, Keonda Cardinal, Lamborghini, Andy Bird, Be the 8-year-old, Tony the Home Theater Geek, Travis Johnson. Buy Geekshow Arcade Help Desk stickers at Pieman Graphics on Etsy. All proceeds go to Lee George Cade's medical bills. Jeremy, No Name, No Color, Kesslo, Eric Steinman, Eric Cruz, The In-Between Rating, plus 69. Matt
Heyo.
Nelson, Harry Patch, Adam, Aaron Faulkner, Stuart Lloyd. History is there for you to learn from or repeat. Your choice, Ryan M. and Adam Hecht. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Patreon backers. You are awesome. All right. Well, we'll see you guys next week, and hope you have a good one. Until then, though, Owen, take us out.
Hey, we hope you care.